It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Hello, my name is Heath and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing my makeup. It is my birthday, May 8th. Y'all won't be seeing this on my birthday. Y'all be seeing it on Sunday. No, Monday. Whatever day. Y'all be seeing it a different day. But today is my birthday. So I wanted to do a little chit chat, get ready with me. So yeah, I've got muffins in the oven and I have a timer set, so it's gonna ba-ding when they're ready. So if you're interested in hearing what I've got to say while I do my makeup, then just keep on watching. First things first, Pooch has to be at the groomers at 1 o'clock and it is 11:55 and I'm not dressed. I just got out of the shower. But I really wanted to do my makeup. So we're gonna see if we can make it. It's my birthday. I turned 20 today. Still not legal, unfortunately, but like drinking wise. But let's start by saying, and this video is going to be a little more on the sad side, like depressing side, but we're going to try to not, if that makes sense. I am upstairs in the living room / dining room, and that's why the lighting kind of sucks. Oh, I got my light. Hold on. There we go. That should be a little better. So, 20 years old. I never really thought that I would make it to my 20th birthday. So I'm extremely happy to say that I did make it and that I am alive. And that's where I want to start off at, because that's a good thing, that I'm still alive and I'm here. When growing up, I mean, I didn't have a bad childhood. I didn't have like a rough life. I mean, there was quite a bit of bad things that went on. I was 6 years old. My papa passed away. And that was devastating. And for a little 6-year-old, you wouldn't expect it to hit that hard. But for some reason, it hit me so hard. He was such a good man. Of course, everybody has things that happen behind the scenes and that probably don't make you the best man ever, or the best person ever, but to us, the grandchildren, he was a really good man. My papa passed away exactly 3 months before my 7th birthday. And he literally, if we were having a bad day, he would always be there. And like, don't get me wrong, so was my mom and so was my Nana, but there's just something about him. And I have the man that I call my dad. I have him in my life. He unfortunately lives 2 hours away from me, so it's not the easiest just to get up and go see him all the time, so therefore he's never really around. And I don't want to say that in any kind of way to offend anyone who's a part of my family and is watching, because I'm very grateful for my dad. He's not my biological dad, and it means a lot to me that he even wants to try to, and it means a lot to me that he even wants to be labeled as my dad, my father. So even though he lives a minute away, it still means a lot, even though I don't get to see him but like 3 times a year maybe. I don't know, I don't really get to see him a lot, but that's a whole other side of the story. Papa was a father figure to me as well, because we lived with him after he had a heart attack. We went up there to make sure everything was okay, and after that, like, it was perfect. He was such a good man. My muffins are done. Got my muffins. When my papa did pass away, I was extremely upset. I mean, everybody's upset when a family member passes away, obviously. But I haven't really ever told anybody this, because for some reason mental illness is not a good thing to talk about, which is so stupid. But I remember when I got home from his funeral that night, this is sad. I remember hurting myself just because I couldn't have changed the outcome. And I was 6 years old. What was I gonna do? Nothing. I remember just like, I was biting myself, and I bit myself so hard because I was just so angry. And that was very devastating. Like, no 6-year-old should be going and hurting themselves intentionally, let's be honest here. But that's where it all started, and like everything originated from was my papa passing away. And I could never get over it, and he had a heart attack. That's how he died. I mean, nothing was going to stop that. But unfortunately, because of some things that happened, I feel like he could have been saved if one person would have acted a lot faster. But that's my personal opinion. And that's all I'm going to say about that part. Long story short, I feel like all of my problems originated from being a depressed little 6-year-old that started hurting herself for, I guess, just to feel something. I don't know. No 6-year-old should ever feel that way. So when I have kids, I am going to try to do everything I can to make them not feel sad. But unfortunately, I know that that's not possible. There's a lot of things that happen in my life that I will not speak on, because it's not really something that I want everybody and their mamas to know. So keep that in mind too. So let's fast forward all the way to, I guess it would be 2014. I was 14 years old. 14, yeah. It was freshman year of high school. I would say college. Why did I say college? Freshman year of high school. And for some reason, like, that hit me hard. And I mean, I've always been this way. I started doing bad things that nobody should ever have to do to their body when I was like 12, and I don't even want to talk about it. One person eventually turned into 2 people that knew about it and begged me to stop, and I told them that I would, and unfortunately I didn't, which really sucks, and I wish that I would have got help back then, but I didn't. And those 2 people will not be named because I don't want it to start any kind of drama between my familia. So I said that I would stop. Obviously I didn't. I mean, when somebody tells you to stop doing the specific thing, and I'm trying not to say anything that's way too out there because of, like, I don't know if you can get flagged on YouTube, but I don't want to get flagged. So I'm trying not to say as much things, but you should be able to comprehend, like, what I'm trying to say. Told the people that I would stop, didn't ever stop. Wish I would have got help back then, because then I wouldn't have been so hecked up. But after they found out, they had talked to me and they made sure that I was okay. I lied. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't know why I did it. I don't know. I'm fine. And then we dropped it. Ever since, this person has always like been very protective, I would say, over me, and like very, are you okay, calls me randomly, and like I could call this person all the time. But freshman year, like there was nothing that ever happened that was so bad that just wanted me to end my life, but like I just could not stand to live. I did not want to be at school. I was a B word in school, let's just say that. Like I did not like people. I did not like people if they looked at me. I was a very confrontational person. I was very just like, if you got something to say it kind of person. Like I was not scared of anyone that had something to say about me. Even if they were a heck tall, bigger than me, and a heck taller than me, I had no filter and I didn't care, and I was going to say what I needed to say. With that being said, a lot of people just like stayed away from me. I had a few friends I talked to quite a few people. Like I wasn't unpopular, but I wouldn't classify myself as popular. Like I had friends, but there was only at that time 3 other girls that I would call my best friends, which unfortunately I'm only friends with one of them now. Actually, not unfortunately, things happen for reasons, and it happened that way, and that's completely fine. But during that whole time, I was going through so much crap. Once again, not going to be saying what, and home life just wasn't the best, and that's nothing against my siblings or my mom. It wasn't the best. And I'm trying to say things that's not going to hurt anybody's feelings, whoever watches this. There was plenty of times that I had contemplated ending my life in 2014, going into 2015 when I was only 14. And thankfully I didn't do it. If I did do it, I wouldn't have the man that I love so dearly in my life, and I wouldn't have my 2 doggies in this beautiful house with the man of my life. And so I'm very happy that I didn't do it, and that's what I'm celebrating today, is just celebrating life. I had this guy best friend, his name was Zach, and he helped me through a lot. I mean, he was going through some stuff too, but he helped me through a lot, and we did get separated. Like, he ended up having to either get homeschooled or he dropped out for some reason, but either way, like, we ended up stopped talking. And that was a little hard. I mean, it was nothing that I couldn't bear. I mean, I've lost friends in the past anyway, and we still stayed in contact for a little bit, but of course everybody really drifts away, so we no longer speak to each other. I was still doing the thing that I had said that I would stop doing still, and I think I'm like 2 years clean now. Like, it's been a while. I think I started doing it when I was like 12 and stopped at like 17, 18. And if y'all are still so confused as to what I'm talking about, it's causing pain on yourself. Let's just say that. If you're close to me, like in real life, you would understand a lot more, and you would understand. Let's just say that. And this wouldn't be a shock to you, because I'm not a very open person. I don't like to speak about my family life. I don't like to speak about anything, really. So that should also give some like clarity, I guess. I don't know. I somehow made it through freshman year after so many times of just wanting to end everything, and I'm glad that I did. So let's go into sophomore year now. Sophomore year, I completely like clocked everybody out, like more like the end of the year. I met TJ in sophomore year of high school, and I could not have been more happy. When I met TJ, everything in my life was like crashing down. And even worse than the year before that. Like, I don't know. Sophomore year was horrible, just horrible. When I met TJ, like I said, was not a very open person, so I didn't really tell him much. I didn't tell anybody much. My bestest friend didn't even know what I was going through. And he helped me through it. I was finally opened up to him, and he stayed. Thankfully, he didn't judge everything that was going on in my life. He definitely did not like a big part of what happened in my life. Like, let's be honest, no outsider would really like what's happened. And I'm just so thankful that he did stay, and his family was there with open arms. I soon started to drift away from absolutely everybody. My friend group of the 3 other girls, it had dwindled like significantly. It was not existing anymore. We still stayed in contact, but I literally pushed myself so far away from everybody that I could that it just literally was not healthy. That's something that I regret a lot. And they're not supposed to have any regrets in life. That's one of them. I ended up falling harder. Like, it was, at this point, I didn't see me to live till 20 years old. I didn't see me, heck, the year before even, to finish the freshman year of high school. I hated life so much. And it was very apparent, and I don't understand how nobody saw that or realized it. And I think that they did. I just think that they didn't want to say anything about it, and it sucked. And I'm the kind of person that would rather just keep all my problems to myself rather than put them on someone else, because I mean, it's not their problem. They didn't ask for me to like release my information and the way I feel onto somebody else. So I would much rather just be sitting there dreading the day to live and like just wanting to die. And I would rather feel that way rather than try to get help, because I didn't want to once again push the way I felt onto other people. So I sat there and suffered forever, really. And it sucks. It really does. It's not fun to sit here and freaking suffer, not want to live. It's not the best feeling in the world. Once I had no more friends, I literally stopped talking to everybody, including all of the people that I used to talk to that weren't even friends. They were just people, this stupid light. They were just people in like the classrooms that I would talk to so that I wouldn't be alone. And like, I guess there were like associates, or they were class friends, but they weren't. I would never go hang out with these people after school, something like that, like out of school wise. And I just stopped talking to them too, and stopped talking to my 3 best friends. Literally just stopped talking to everybody. Even stopped talking to my own family, and I lived with them. I just like distanced myself from everything and everybody. The only thing that I had was Pooch, and that's a whole different story because I'm gonna cry right there. Like, TJ was there. TJ knew everything that was going on, and TJ was also my safe place. It was TJ and Pooch that were my safe places. And when I didn't have TJ, I had Pooch. When I didn't have Pooch, I had TJ. And I think that that's why I am so, not necessarily, I don't want to say addicted to TJ, but that is why I'm so like in love with TJ, because he never judged me and he was always there for me. TJ and I have been through hell and back, let's be honest. But I swear to you, I would not change that for the world. I've put him through so much freaking crap, and yet he's still here with me today. And I feel like he loves me more than ever. And I love him more than ever, so big shout out to you, TJ. Even though you'll never watch this, you'll just zoom through it and give it a like and count it a day. But if you do watch this, I love you more than absolutely anything in this world. And I hope you marry me someday. I'll say that. Long story short, I somehow graduated high school. Somehow, literally, because I just stopped going and ended up having to do credit recovery because I was never there and failed like half of my classes. I had to do, what is it called? Community service hours in order to walk across the stage. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad that I did do that, and I'm glad that I did do credit recovery and snap back into the way things are supposed to be, because walking across that stage was honestly a milestone for me. Like, I always knew that I was going to graduate high school. I was never going to drop out. So regardless, either way, whether it be homeschool or something, I was going to graduate high school if I ever was still alive. And so I did that. I did it. I then graduated high school. I made some very, 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 very stupid freaking mistakes and nearly lost somebody that I love so freaking much. And that hurt me so bad that I can't even tell you. I'm not going to go into detail there, but I was so devastated in what had happened. And I mean, yeah, so I was so devastated in what had happened. This light just went off. I'm keeping it off. One night, I just was absolutely fed up with life, and I was sick and tired of living, and I ran away. And everybody was like, hey, has anyone heard from Samantha? This is so weird. Why hasn't nobody heard from Samantha? Where are you? What's going on? And my sneaky little mama decided she was going to track my phone. And my phone had like showed me, it was like somebody's trying to track her phone, like sent a message. And I was like, oh, she's smart. She is so smart. And like everybody was panicking. And yes, you can call that selfish because you ran away and everybody's out here worrying about you. And honestly, I think that that's what I needed to show that people did actually care about me, because I have a very hard time coming to the fact that people do care about me and that people do want me around, because I've always felt like such a freaking burden on absolutely everybody, my family included. And so, in a sense, yeah, I am thankful for the, I guess, I'm thankful that I did run away, kind of, sort of, if that makes sense, because it did show me that, yes, people do care about me. But then again, it also hurt after I realized how bad that I had hurt my family and TJ and just everything. But that night that I had run away, I was sitting in a parking lot, and I was so scared to get out of my car, because let's be honest, I'm not about to get out of my car at like, I think it was 10 or 11 something at night, and I had already wrote out a note. I was done, and I can laugh about it now because I'm okay now, but I was so fed up with life that it was not even funny. And wrote a note, and I had left, and I was sitting in the parking lot, and there was these like two people and it was late at night. There was these two people that were sitting on a picnic table out there. I was like, oh my God. I was freaking out the whole time, but I was just sitting there, and I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna sit here and chill out for a few. And then that notification came up on my phone, and it was like somebody's trying to track your phone. Well, it showed the phone number of who was trying to track my phone, and it was my mom's phone number. And I was like, oh, she's so smart. And at this time, like, everybody was blowing up my phone, like, where are you, calling me back to back. And I didn't answer any of them. I just said that I loved everybody, and somebody had texted me. I think it was my Nana. Yes, it was my Nana. The last thing that I had said to her was no, because she texted me and she said, "Hey sissy, are you okay?" And all I sent back was no. And after that, like, it's gonna make me cry. Like, it made everybody freak out so bad that I should have never put somebody through that. And I don't know. Once I did that, it became even worse, and Mama tracked my phone, and then what I did was I turned it off because I thought that if you turn your phone off, they can't track you, which I was correct, because after that, she completely lost, not signal, but like lost where I was at. And so I moved locations because obviously she knew where I was at that point. And then I went and sat in a hospital parking lot and sat there for a few hours and just cried and was about to do something that I could never take back. And then I was like, God, I need a sign. I freaking need a sign. I can't handle this anymore. I need a sign. And I was rocking back and forth, you know, like panicking and freaking out. And then I turned the radio on because I was like, I'll just calm down and listen to the radio. And as soon as I turned that radio on, obviously my name's Samantha if you haven't noticed that yet. But as soon as I turned that radio on, the song that was playing was Baton Rouge, or Callin' Baton Rouge by Garth Brooks. And that had came on, and in that song there's a part that says, "Hello Samantha dear, I hope you're feeling fine. Something till I get you, blah blah blah, I'll have all the time," something like that. But it was, "Hello Samantha dear, I hope you're doing fine." And that part came on as soon as I turned that radio on, so that's the first thing that I heard, and I was like, okay. Okay, I guess that must be my sign. So a song saying my name in it and was like, "I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I have you all the time," or something like that. I was like, this is, I guess, his sign saying that it's not my time to go. I don't know. It's cheesy, honestly. But I'm glad that song came on because that's the only thing that stopped me that night. And so, like, after I want to say like 3 hours of missing, I came back the same night. But 3 hours of just being gone, I realized that that's not what I wanted to do, and I wanted to work things out with myself. And finally got home, and Nana was sitting on the front porch. I finally walked up to her, and she hugged me, and she was crying and was like, "Why did you do this? Blah, blah, blah." And then my mama flew into my Nana's parking lot, like flew so fast that it's not even funny, because Nana had called her and said she's home. And she flew into the parking lot, and it had everybody worried. It had TJ's family worried. It had absolutely everybody worried. And they hugged me, and that night I finally broke down to Mama and told her everything that was going on with me, and that how I just did not want to live, and I was going to end it, and how I've been doing things that I shouldn't have, and I've got scars on my legs and things like that. And she's like, "Why didn't you talk to me?" And I was like, because I just didn't want, because my mother has been through so much crap in her life that I didn't feel like I was, I don't know, I feel like I couldn't tell her what had happened and like what has gone through me in my life and like why I felt the way I feel, because I didn't want to put my burden on her, because then that goes back to me feeling like a burden. And we worked things out, and I told her, and after that she understood, and I've been more open with the way that I feel now, and I can honestly say that it's a good thing. Yeah, I'm not fully healed. Like, I still have days where I just have no desire to live, but then there's other days that are so great that it makes up for that feeling. And I guess that's what depression is. Like, it's just, you can't control the way you feel some days, and some days it's just so bad, and some days that it's just so good that nothing in the world matters. But yeah. So today I'm celebrating that I'm still here alive, because I swear to God, today is a day that I never in my life would have thought that I would have ever seen. So to be able to sit here and say that I'm 20 years old, I'm happy about. So I need to go take my dog to the groomers. So thanks for watching. If y'all like the video, then like and subscribe. And if y'all have any questions, comments, video ideas, concerns, anything like that, just comment them down below and let me know. But until next time, peace out.